Okay, so Jerry, right now there's a lot of focus inside the cab trying to innovate in terms of technology across all the equipment providers. Why do you think at John Deere it's such a focus?
Well, we know right now agriculture production, increased production is needed, and we got to make it easier for our operators to be able to do the interactions they need to do in order to do a lot of things at this Farm Forum event. Things like increasing yields from variable rate technologies, and so in the past it's not been easy, and we're working very hard at providing additional technology to make it easier.
So is the innovation inside the cab and the technology, is it about increased efficiency, or is it increased comfort for the operator, or is it everything?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's, first of all, it's about several things. And we're looking at how do we take and increase production capabilities for the farmer. So those are the things that he has to get data off of his information in his machine. So he needs to get that data easily. So that's the first thing it's about. Secondly, it's about ease of use and comfort, so that he can operate the long hours and still feel like he's got an evening ahead of him yet too. So it's about both. But in the years in the past, we've been farming without really managing all the inputs, and so it's a matter of starting to get to a point where this becomes a true scrutiny of a business where we can help manage the bottom line and increase the top line and drive more profits for the farmers.
And what role does data play in that? You mentioned data.
Yeah.
It seems, my perception is, especially at this conference, there's a huge focus on extracting the data and making better decisions on the farm.
Yeah.
Why has data all of a sudden become so close to the forefront of a farmer's decision making?
Well, it starts with the combine yield data and understanding what is in the field, so that you can interpret that and make decisions about the areas of the field that are not performing well and address them so that they will. Sometimes it's over-fertilizing, and so there's an opportunity to actually reduce some of the input costs while increasing yields. So it's the time is right as well. We've got the world population in the next 40 years that is going to increase to 9 billion people. We see more affluent lifestyles, more people that are looking for protein in their diet across the world. And in 40 years, we predict we will need double the food supply. We don't have a lot of additional land out there to get that double the food supply, and so we're going to have to get more yield off the fields. And in the recent years, commodity prices have been good, and the time is right for us to move to start seeing those increased yields from our fields.
So I hear a lot of crop protection and seed companies talking about this feeding, the issue of feeding the world. What role does a machinery provider, machinery manufacturer, what role do they play in that?
Yeah, so the application of what the crop protection guys do, the application of getting the seed in the ground, is done by the air seeding for Western Canada, or for the row crop areas of corn by the planter. That has to have variable rate technology capabilities on it, so it's the application. In the future, we can have a farmer sit down during the off season, get to a point of mapping out what he wants to plant, where he wants to plant, build out the subscription, wirelessly send that to his tractor, and then it'll apply his planter based on that mapped prescription he's described for himself.
Does that future tractor operator include a robot, or will we get to that point?
Well, everything will get there when it starts to become profitable for the farmers to do. And that's the key here, is that not only the technology that we're working on today, I talked about the variable rate technology, but we're talking about how we can get machines that are more efficient. An example is sprayers. We've been mapping out what % of the time a sprayer actually sprays in the field versus accumulating hours that he's not spraying. And it's amazingly low percentage. So we're working on how we make machines more efficient, which will drive money to the bottom line for farmers. In the future, I think we'll probably see machines that are less dependent on people operating in the cab.